I've been planning on making a video for a while now, trying to decide exactly what it is I need to say and what to express or get across. A lot of it is, in many ways, personal, but transferable, because I'm sure I'm not the only person dealing with this issue. And that issue is I'm lost. You know, anybody that's had any real conversation with me, you know, there's a lot of things I know. I know about the world around me. I know about myself. I know all these things. So to know all of these things and still feel lost is it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Because where can you get the answer when you stutter to even frame the questions? Because you don't know where it is you're trying to go. Now I know part of it is, I'm 41, 42 this year in September. I'm no longer a young adult, definitely not a child, but I'm also not, a geriatric or an old person in this regard. So it's a matter of trying to figure out, where do I fit? I know the general presumptions of what is expected of somebody within this age bracket. You have your family, you have your job, you have this, most of your soul searching at this point, in theory, is supposed to be done. But the thing is, soul searching is never done. To this end, I've been, going back to school, trying to finish a degree, start working on a new career, because I honestly see no future in what I've been doing up to this point. I've been working with another philosophy called Your Daily Dose, dose being an acronym for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. See, each one has a very specific element that it offers both the mind and the body. Dopamine, known as the reward chemical, is finishing a project, self care activities, learning something new, um, basically things that make you feel a sense of accomplishment. You have oxytocin, the love hormone, cuddling and hugging, listening to music, spending time with friends, things that make you feel connected, being a part of something. Serotonin, the mood stabilizer, meditating, being in nature, observing all emotions can be beautiful. This is the peace. To just be a part of everything would be stressful and overwhelming. You need peace to accept that balance. In the same way that the dopamine, the reward chemical, gives you that sense of self-worth that you're worthy to connect to and to seek connection. And then you have endorphins, the painkiller. Laughing, dancing or running, playing and creating, these are the coping methods, the way we deal with that stress. Because you can't find peace if you're surrounded by chaos. You need to find ways to deal with and address this chaos. I'm cooking, so I gotta go walk back to the kitchen. So in that meme, if you will, the whole premise was to make sure you are getting that, all four of those each day. I think part of the trick is finding the balance. You see, for instance, in particular, like with dopamine, the reward hormone. Doing things to achieve something isn't the only way to get a dopamine release. There are several other things that can cause excitability that cause dopamine release in the brain. Some examples of a lot of these are things like social media, digital stimulation, and the like. I think a lot of what's going on is we become overwhelmed by all the stimulation we're getting through these digital mediums, such as the phone in my hand, the face in your face right now. And we leave so little room, like normal everyday things, like finishing building something. How can that level of satisfaction and dopamine release compete with all the digital distractions overwhelming our lives? We lose ourselves in that regard. We need to learn to, when we feel overstimulated, find that peace. We need to find that connection, and we need to find that release to balance out the overstimulation of that, dopamine and reward hormone. I think it's too easy to lose yourself to distraction. Distraction is very stimulating, encapsulating. It just keeps your mind abuzz. But there's no depth to it, there's no value. It's like seeing somebody's face but not knowing their name or anything about them. It's shallow. Could be enough to keep your attention, but the second you blink, it's gone and you're empty. Again, not quite sure exactly what I was wanting to convey in this video. Just figured it's been quite a while since I made one. I had some time while my food's cooking, so I'd record while I waited. So, sum up, I know I've been rather distant. Probably very distant. Borderline dismissive at points. And that is because I am trying to intentionally distance myself from a lot of that excess stimulation so I can better appreciate the balance I'm seeking to find. So it's nothing intentional towards anybody in particular. I know there's been many conversations that I've cut short online, many abrupt endings, because I was at that point. I needed to get away from social media, and I'm still at that point. I don't think that's going to change, because you cannot maintain that balance when you're constantly plugged in. So if I've been dismissive or whatever, it's not personal. If it was personal, you would know. I'm pretty blunt about that stuff anymore. But it's about trying to find that balance, and instead of regretting where I've been, instead of questioning where I'm at, I'm seeking to understand what I want to be in the future so I can start figuring out the steps I need to take to get there. I'm sure other people are taking that same journey. Some may understand it better or worse than myself. It tends to be rather personal, yet at the same time it's something we all share. Kind of like the golden mean, the 1 to 1.6 ratio. Something that can be seen in the constellations, but at the same time, if you measure the ratio of a seashell, it has that same ratio. It's a universal truth. And so is that quest of self-discovery and innovation. Anyway, my food's about done, so I'm going to get off here. Y'all have a good one.